I'm Ross Moran. And I'm Brendan Buckless, and welcome to the second edition of the George Kirby House Renovation. So since the last time we've taken you through the renovation process, we've had some paint done, we've had windows done, as well as a number of structural work and carpentry. We're really excited to share the progress. Come on inside. So folks, as you can see, we're finishing up the window work here. William, our fine carpenter who's done all of the windows in the house, has done a tremendous job. We have a nice traditional 6/6 Pella architectural series. So that means they have a nice wood finish in the front, very nice weather type on the outside. And one of the nice parts we really loved about the work William's done here is that he's able to preserve the original oak trim that we had around the window without really any work on this at all. As you can see, it hasn't been stained or anything. Right back on, it looks spectacular already. So we're excited about these new windows. We hope you enjoy them too. So one detail we really love about this house that's coming out great is this all white on white paint done here. Our wonderful painters from Martin's Paint have done a fantastic job, and they're finishing up just now on the final coat. And the nice part about the white on white is it brings out really spectacular details like this half round trim on the exterior that you really couldn't see before. Now, that recommendation to do white on white was from our Land Trust wonderful friend who just recently passed away, Geraldine Milham. We'd like to thank her and her family for doing everything they've done in Westport and helping out the Land Trust and many other organizations, especially on restoration projects like this. Now, I'd like to show you something really great. You know how they're wonderful painters is because one of the spectacular things they did was where the clapper meets the corner board. They did a wonderful job caulking that edge right there. And that edge will remain nice and watertight for a long time. One of the best qualities of the historic George Kirby House was the oak hardwood flooring. It was one of the features of the build that we wanted to restore and save as we turn the house into a public space and then also offices for the Land Trust. So why don't you take a look inside what will be the future office of the Executive Director of the Land Trust, Ross Moran. This floor was had been heavily damaged, and we had it sanded down, and then this is a second coat of polyurethane, and boy, it really shines. Often in old houses, the insulation can be lacking. So we've blown insulation, spray foam insulation, throughout the whole attic. We put in a thick layer of insulation. It's just been painted to properly seal it. The mechanical in this house will all be electric, and there'll be solar panels on the roof. And the idea is that this will be a net zero house, a kind of a good look for the Westport Land Conservation Trust, and hopefully a very sustainable approach for managing our George Kirby House into the future. Earlier in the video, we showed you the original half-round trim on the original windows of the house. We wanted to show you something that was done as a real nice detail by our carpenters on site. In the new construction windows that went back in the annex, which is not original part of the house, they replicated that half-trim look right into a nice PVC sill.
Thanks for joining us today. On the next episode of the George Kirby House Renovation, we'll be redoing the front and rear door, and then also showcasing some of the finished work inside the house.
Thanks a lot for all your support on this house. We're excited to get it to the completion.